Welcome to the Christian Isles, a land of sand, industry, and the railroads that bind them together. We start with nothing more than $2,000, a Montezuma, and whatever rails we can build. Our goal: reach industries, establish towns, and put Christian squarely on the map as an industry powerhouse. Welcome to the Christian Adventures. Everybody, welcome back to the Wichita Railway. So, if you're wondering where I am, this is something that I don't think I've shown you all yet. This is the current logging camp. I am going to be moving this around a little bit, but this is just a shed that I've got going on right now. So, like, Betsy can hide in here. We can put, basically anybody. Basil, Janet, Everett. Have I shown you Janet yet? I don't think I have. I think I got 2 new engines to show you since we were last together. Fine, I can do this pretty fast. See, I'm actually secretly the Flash. That's why I can move so quick. But no, something I wanted to do today was haul some more logs from the logging camp up to the sawmill, because we're out of logs up there again. We're running low on planks and lumber. But I also want to get this set up to go towards the coal mines and towards the oil wells over there. Because oil sells pretty good. I think it's like 20 bucks or something per barrel of oil, which is really good. But over here is Janet. Pretty powerful engine. It's based on the Glenbrook. I think I did show you guys, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know if that's in the last video, but it should be. But yeah, this thing tops out like 25 miles an hour, so I'm not going to complain. She definitely does the job faster than Everett would have. Speaking of, I think I have him running laps around the loop. And I shall find it so I can show you guys. But no, the loop is pretty cool, actually. Kind of one of my favorite things. Really tempted to bring the loop out that way. See where I can push it, but we'll see. I'm kind of happy with its current look. But yeah, we got a loop around this mountain, so that's pretty exciting. I think Everett still has steam. I don't know, I let him run for like 4 or 5 hours yesterday, so he might be done sitting on a side on the main line somewhere, just like, help, I'm stranded. If that's the case, we'll take the other new engine that I've got and we'll go rescue him, because that one should be able to push Everett and its train. Yeah, I think when we got steam, we just stopped. Gotta go ahead and... No, we'll leave you parked here for now. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a water tower down. That way we can refill your tender while you're here. Okay, I guess we'll put it here. So that'll fill up with water eventually. I want to go show you guys my other new engine. Easier just to go up and over the mountaintops here. I actually like that mountain. It's pretty cool. I'm going to put like a shed up here or something, I think. I don't know. I don't know how you'd get an engine down from here, but I guess right there. Follow the road down. But I don't know. You guys might be able to see him. Our other new engine is Percival. I don't know if I showed him off last time or not. Percival, he's cool. Pretty strong, not super fast, but like 18 miles an hour is not sneezing speed, that's for damn sure. Current goal, though, is to run some more logs down to the logging camp. Once I do that, then we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the other route. I forget what you want to call it. Oh yeah, I found out something cool, actually. Hold on. Actually, I'll wait until I'm at the logging camp to show you guys. Yeah, that's about where we top out. It's just under 18, but we are under load, technically. And with how high I have my reverser set, that kind of makes sense. But as you can see, I've actually got the turning point onto this line already, which is nice. There's also another way off of this line onto the cordwood line. So, once we get this up to the coal mines, it'll be really good for Robert, which is nice. Still probably one of my favorite spots in the game. It's just really pretty. Cool. Listen to the sound. Sound. Doesn't look like. Alright, turn. There you go. Interesting. I don't remember it being like that before. This is that thing I found out, by the way. I can change what car or train I'm under using this camera method thing. Then, the cool part, hold on. We're getting there. This, I thought I was further ahead than I was. Do this. There we go. Go ahead and shunt the off this bridge, just further up ahead. And we'll go ahead and run back down the line to that switch point that I made, and we'll go ahead and investigate that. I just want to see how far up we need to go. Where I want to go over there. And now, Percival, run away! But I actually hit full speed like this. No problem. Running without anything on, so... There we go. We'll meet up back there. Very, very handsome engine. Alright, so obviously I haven't done much out this way yet, but it'll still be nice just to show you guys, and also just build out that way today. I'm hoping to get to the coal mines here soon. So I've already got the iron mines, somewhere over there. And also the smelter, again, somewhere over there. Probably closer to over that way for the smelter, but I could be wrong. Yeah, no. Actually, I could just show you guys with the map. As you can see, we got a line, well, two lines technically, that go up to the iron mine, which is right here. We've actually got a good bit of output going on with the iron mine currently, which is part of the reason why I was running some logs. We're going to put a shed up here, too. So we're going to have the sheds up here, so that's going to be the communal shed area. We got the smelter, which I haven't done anything with yet. I need to run cordwood and iron out that way, which I just haven't done yet. Obviously, we have the double line that goes all the way down, connects over here. Someday, I hope to connect the double line right to here, so we can just jump off the double line onto the sawmill line from there, but we'll see. That might take a while. Over here, we've got our, Come on. Brakes. Okay. Damn. Very glad I had this here. I must even, if I didn't, I think I'd have been fine. We probably would have derailed, though. I didn't want to do too badly. We'll leave Percival here for now. How are you looking on water, buddy? Come here. Why am I so short? Ah. Okay, don't freak out. Percival, it'll be fine. We'll get you some water. Just bear with me, buddy. That is the one problem that I have with Percival, is he just takes so much water. I'll put it right over here. Okay. So we'll put that there, so... Should be alright, he's just idling. He should have steam when I come back. But we're going to be building out towards... Hold on. We're building out towards this oil camp here. I don't exactly know where or how to build into this thing. I've never really seen it. One of the first times I've looked at it. But I know this is the oil barrels. So that's how you harvest them. Okay, I guess that's how you get them. Load and unload them. Interesting. What does this take to run? Crude oil, which I don't know how to get. So this is a refinery. Okay. Steel pipes and lumber. So building out here someday could be kind of useful. I don't know where you actually get crude oil from, though. You show me. That's the oil refinery, which is where I am right now. This is the refinery that I'm at. This is the refinery that you have to go to in order to get oil. Okay. I actually just see where everything is on this map. Thank you. Curiosity. I want to know where everything is. Start building out towards it. Oh, damn. There's actually quite a bit down this way to go work at, too. We got a lot of stuff to do. I was just trying to get the main basic stuff down, but there's a lot. It's a bunch of, like, industry for, like, water and stuff. This is the water well, which goes into the farm. This needs water, but it also needs hay and wheat. So I guess this goes here along with seed. Might be a Betsy job, because she does have pretty good access from the depot. Sawmill, which I can create a little line for it going up to the water well from Boardwood line. Wouldn't be too hard to do. Just take some time to... Which I'm not too opposed to. Having another way to make some money. Looks like this is just seeds and water. We could also just straight up sell hay bales and wheat. So I'm not too concerned. This is interesting. I don't know what this does. This doesn't give me any goods. This must give me money. That must be how I get rid of my gold bars, as a Rail Express agent. Interesting. Anyway, I wanted to go over to the coal farm. Did I put a... I do have a weight tower over here. Good. Because what I wanted to do is look at this and see how this is set up. I don't have my flights on. Okay, that's fine. That's right now... Do this. Okay, and then... I'd actually like to do one of these situations, too. I know, color me crazy. There we go. We'll do the same over here. I think I have a switch left, though. Getting used to my new keyboard. I don't have my... It's not like my last one, where, like, I could press 1,000 keys at once and still do all the things. I can only press, like, 2 keys. So I'm not a huge fan of this keyboard, but it's a lot better than my old keyboard, because my keyboard keys aren't getting stuck. I don't know why my last one had that problem. I mean, I do. That last keyboard was old. Back from when I first built my computer, which was, like, 2019. Obviously, I've updated my computer a lot since then. I just never updated my keyboard or mouse until recently. Let us see. I think I actually could just straight up build 2. We'll see how this builds out. I don't have great hopes. I'm going to be breaking my own rules a bit here, too, I think. It's going to be more than 100 meters, but that's fine. That's a lot more than 100. Oh, that's not going to work. No. Okay, well, let's try the... Hi! World was just like, and you're in the air now. Like, okay. Fine with that. I didn't do it again, though. That's weird. I wonder why I did it there. Okay. Let's go over here and destroy this. Every time I say the words destroy, I think of diesel time. I've been destroyed by Thomas. Oh. That sounded really, really bad. But everyone knows what I mean, I'm hoping. Because I do want to have two rail lines that kind of do this. I don't know how tight this curve is gonna... Come on. Oh, come on. I know you can do it. There. I knew it could do it. I wonder why I wasn't doing it over there. It's bizarre. I'm just trying to clear away anything that could be a road hazard to my engine. Because I have found the hard way that the engines in this game do not just say, oh, hey, it's a plant, so I'm just going to run that over. They go, oh, God, it's a plant, and explode. So, like, ugh. That should be fine. It's just going to be a kind of mid-track. Considering this is a kind of a mid-area, it's... that could work. Do that for now, and then I'll... Yeah. That should... Okay. It's so bad. Right, new course of action. I'm going to build these curves. I'm not going to test anything on them, because I'm sure it'll just kick me straight off. I'll be like, haha, you thought you could do anything here, bitch? No, go fuck yourself in a bit. So, end goal currently. I might have to go around the other way to do it again that way. I'm not sure. We'll see. We do know that works. I think it's running into the wall there and it's freaking it out. Definitely what's going on. It's a very tight area to build in, but it's kind of fun. I don't think there's going to really be a spot to stop here. I'm going to have some engines that work this line. Area. Okay. Line. Line works. Okay. Awesome. I'm not being sarcastic. What are you talking about? Excuse me? Hello? Thank you. The world just kind of went, nah, fuck you. It's like, okay. Okay, so we know that this is out here. Ew. I'm, not sure how to feel about this yet. This is really, really tight. Not in a good way. Yeah, fuck it. We're gonna go stop here for now. I'm gonna go see how these look in my railroad studio thing. Okay, so I'm looking at this. That's gonna be too tight even with my tool. The only one that looks like it might be okay is that top one, but that bottom one's not good. It's in the red. I've never seen that happen with a curve. So anything apart from a small engine going over that is going to derail, which is not good, surprisingly. I know. So, sorry, water. That leaves us with a few ideas as to how to fix this. Number one, we take out that, obviously. We're gonna fly over to here and knock out this, and I'm gonna do this in an interesting way. Yeah, that's in the red even with my tools. Like it can't fix it. So I'm hoping if I give this thing enough space, it will decide that it's happy with everything. Hoping. We'll see if that works or not. It's kind of a long shot. Okay, that's a little bit better. Something else I'm going to do is the same thing on this over here, but I'm going to get rid of this this chunk. We'll just go with a straight connection from A to B on this one. Again, yes, this does break my rules. I don't necessarily care because this section is really, really tough. That doesn't look bad. Actually, hold on. I know. I'm being weird and crazy again, but it's fine. Fine. This is all part of the process. Trust me. If I don't do this, I'm gonna have a really, really sad set of engines later. I don't want sad engines. I was just looking at like a tunnel, and I'm like, where does this come from? Maybe that would be easier to use, but it's not a tunnel. Shadow. Right? That's just a shadow? Just a shadow. What is out here? I've actually gone up over here. Am I gonna have my Dr. Coomer moment? There's nothing out here. I am gonna have my Dr. Coomer moment. There's nothing out here. So don't come up with engine, obviously. It makes me wonder about over there, actually. Alright, we'll go ahead, we'll build that in, then we'll test out my curve method, and we'll see if it works or not. This is just gonna lead me back to that last problem. Yeah. This is why we don't let me try to plan things. Ooh, that's a lot longer than I would have liked it to be, but if it works, it works. Hoping my tool does make this a little bit more gradual, because it does look pretty tight. Not bad, it shouldn't derail anything, but it's not my favorite. So hopefully the tools will be able to fix that. Let's go work on the other side of here first. I saw a tunnel that I want to work my way to, because I think that tunnel comes out near the... Yeah, there's these tunnels, which are the exit tunnel. I'll do a double track going through down this canyon, which will look really cool, A. And B, I mean, it's double track, I'm not going to complain. Go out into the fields here, which are a little bit more elevated. Like, there's elevation changes out here. So I might have to do a lot of up and down, I'm not sure. It looks like we go right past this farm, which is kind of cool. Does mean that I can get to this farm pretty easy. What does this farm do? Oh, this is the cattle farm. This is the one that produces cows. Okay. Not bad. I'm okay with that. But where am I trying to get to? Where am I? Yeah, if I go out through this tunnel, it drops me here. Which is fine. Otherwise, my other alternative, because if I'm looking correctly, it looks like we have a tunnel going through here. Which could work. This would drop me right by the oil. How do I get here? Somewhere this way. It's up against this mountain. So we'll put a teleporter over by this mountain so that I have a more consistent visual marker to try to get to. It does mean, I think this is a single tunnel though, so that does mean that it would only be one train allowed through here at a time, but since I'm basically the only one that ever is in this world, be fine. Yeah, it looks like a little mining tunnel. That's cool. I love that. So let's put down... Oh, the telegraph offices, but I call them teleporters because you teleport when you use them. Weird. If I put one down that has this foundation, side is... That would work. There. Yeah. That's alright. So the next goal is to sort of build out a little bit of land going this... Ooh. God dang. I might actually need to use the brick supports. I didn't think I was going to over here. That is wild. Holy shit. Oh, that's fine. That's almost too tall. Can I make this go down? Surely, I can. Wow, that's going to take a while. Now, I kind of like this height. So we'll go back to 60. Bring that back to 0. Because what happens is the game keeps continuing to lower it a little bit. Go to 35. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and then we just grab a bumper. Okay, cool. So now my current goal is just to get this is to be one whole unit, because that'll look a lot better. It'll be smoother. Should be easier on the engines grade-wise, because it won't be a constant uphill battle. which is kind of what that was. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it will be, but it should be shorter. A steeper grade for less time is usually better than a shallower grade over a very long period of time, especially just space-wise. I mean, can you please reverse? Thank you. There we go. Yeah, that looks way better. I'm not entirely certain why, but it looks better. So hopefully it will be better. Hopefully. You like this bridge though? That bridge. What the fuck is this? Tunnel. That's the word. It's a tunnel, not a bridge. Can I go about 25 meters? Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that's real shallow. Or subtle. I don't know how to word sometimes, guys. It's fine. So we'll see if this works or not. Hoping it will. That should work perfect. Because what I want to do is have two different tracks. One of these will go ahead and connect up with the... I mean, they'll both connect to the iron mines, but at some point, I hope. There should be about 18.5 meters of track. Roundabout. 18.5. There. So this tunnel should allow us an easy way through this mountain, so it should cut down our travel times a little bit to and from the mines. I'm just trying to map out where we should be going, because technically speaking, it looks like I could move myself up this way. I connect to the mines that way. Or I keep building straight and I go this way to connect to the mines on this side, which might work better. Otherwise, what we do is we go up this way to connect to the mines. We'll find a way to connect into here somehow. We build a set of rails that go down past this cattle farm, down through here, down past the oil refine or meat packing. I want to go past the oil field, actually. I think going past the oil field would make more sense. Because it also needs tools in order to make it work, which is good, because that's what this produces over here. We get steel pipes and tools. The ironworks. So you'd have a short trip on supplying tools to the oil field if you go that way, up to the ironworks. Then we can build like a Y-junction or something. Or alternatively, that's how you get to this area, is through this weird little branch down here. So in order to get all the stuff back onto the main line, you go from this oil refinery up and along, then out onto the main line, down to the depot. I don't know. We have options. I think I want to try to get to here from here. I feel like that makes the most sense. So what we want to do is start turning now. So we go that way. Because otherwise we have to keep going straight, go that way, and then find a way to go back up and around and out. And it's just not... It's a hassle. I'm looking to make this easy. Not necessarily super pretty. Like, if I wanted to make it pretty, I would make it pretty. I have no real interest in making this super pretty, though. Like I said, I want to make functional rails right now. If I get bored with it later, and this is still a series, I can go through and redo some stuff. Because, like, for example, like I was saying way back when I was first building the path up to the, what's it called? Up to the iron mines. I made the comments of, ooh, I want to make this grade that goes up and around, and, like, that would be really pretty looking. But at the same time, if I build the grade, yeah, it would look pretty and it would work. But considering I'm just trying to get to a point where I have money and trains and a pretty easy source of a lot of money, so that I can have more cool trains, I feel like, you know, just getting things done quick, done fast is probably the best course of action. Then we can go through and pretty up the railway later. Part of the reason why the loop is so small currently, I want that loop to go like all the way around the map someday. Like on the outside of the map. That's what the engines that run the passenger trains do. Is they run massive, massive, massive loops. I think that would look really cool. That hill might be a problem. We'll see. We'll have to see. Not sure I'm gonna get close enough elevation. If that's the case, I'm gonna have to rework. Not too concerned. This could just be another case of like, oh, this is how we have to build the railway to make it look good and make it work. Make it work. You get what I mean. I'm gonna be a little short on some of these areas, I think, with my rails. They're not gonna fully connect. I'm gonna have to go through and rebuild some of it, and that looks like I'll be fine. I'm a little close, but I should make it. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, it's a really pretty sight, though. I built a little town through here, or around here. I really do build a lot of double rails. There's a couple of reasons for that. A, double rails are just nice. You can have traffic going to and from a place without having to like schedule and wait and be like, okay, so I have a 10:30 coming through now and it's not here. Do I send my 10:30 and risk destroying everything, or you can just look at it and be like, ah, cool. I have a 10:30 to and from this place. That's lovely. I mean, you still do a little bit of scheduling. That's the whole thing with trains is scheduling. And it's not really a whole lot of purpose considering it's just me on the line, but it looks better having a double than a single. Will always take having a double track over a single track. You cannot tell me otherwise. And I break my own rules again. Okay. I'm gonna have to come through with the saw before I run any engines up or down this line, just to make sure I got rid of all the rocks and plant matter that will try to fuck up my trains. Because they will try to fuck up my trains. Something fierce. It is wild to see. They're like evil. But if I keep going this way, be alright. I will join up with you guys again once I have at least one of these lanes connected up to those mines. I think that would be pretty good to have in general, but I'll definitely meet up with you guys once I get that connected up. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. And this is why we built this out over here. So hi. Back. I was just getting this side of the tunnel all nice and set up. I chose this as the flat side. So this side is the side that breaks away and goes into the tunnel. This is probably the smoothest part of this tunnel, actually. I'm really tempted to go through and do the same thing over here, but at the same time, I'm hoping that this will get smoothed out a little bit with my tools. See, though. But, like I said, this over here is going to be... Whoops. Well, go ahead and crash. Okay. This over here is going to be where the engines come out of the this tunnel to like connect up onto the other sections of the line and stuff. Did I make that 8.5? I don't think I did. Maybe I did, and I just wasted time. I don't know. Not gonna guess it. Like, that looks right. So we do have this over here, obviously, which will be good for once we start going off that way. I'm not gonna do that today. I think I'm gonna run some more trains. Maybe I will do it yet today. I'm not sure. If I do, it's probably not gonna make it on camera. I did finish this though. This is pretty cool. I think that should connect up pretty fine over there. We're just going to do push-pulls right now to go to and from this mine opening over here into the coal area and then out. So what I want to do is follow this line here best as I can. Shouldn't be too hard to. It looks like I do have some vision on it through the ground. There we go. It's gonna come out over here somewhere. Hey, over here. I do want to put another telephone pole where this comes out at. It's still going. Damn. Oh, here we go. I found it. Nice, 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 nice. We just go to here. We put another telegraph office. Yep, that'll work there. Also, this gives me a really cool shot of the sawmill from over here, which is cool. So if I have vengeance, I might be able to see them. I'm not sure. But let's look at the map real quick. We can plot out where we're trying to get to now, because we are over here. I did say I wanted to go directly to the refinery from here. So we're going to try to get to the refinery from here. It'll be pretty easy, I think. And then we'll try to connect to over there. So we're just going to go around this mountain, basically, and connect up to here somewhere. It shouldn't be too hard. The refinery we'll get to eventually. Like I said, I'm probably going to make it so that you have to go along all this line in order to actually get to the refinery. You'll pass it on this line, but you won't be able to get to it. So you'll go through, you'll pass it, you'll go up, you'll go down. You go past this cattle farm. There'll probably be a split so you can go down to this wheat farm too. Because that just sort of makes sense. And then, you can take from the wheat farm to go up to the cattle farm somehow. I'll build a little loop down here. Back up to the cattle farm. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out as we get there. Maybe I won't do anything with the agriculture. Like I said, I've yet to decide. I do know I want to do more industry stuff like the gold mine and whatnot. Because that's really cool. It uses a lot of different things. I do want to get to oil refinery too. So if I could just build up to there, very happy. That's what we're going to be doing eventually. Path down to the oil field, up, and work it out. Let's finish this path, which, like I said, is going to go around this mountain, try to connect up to the. I want to do this as a two. Oh, see. That's really tall, which technically would be fine, but I have no interest in doing that. Let's see, I went, what, 25.5 last time? I have to go a lot more. About 75. Okay, let me go back up. We'll go about 15, 20, 25. 30. We'll go 30. 30 will be fine. Nice round number. Lovely jubbly. We'll build a cute little 30 meter, 30.5 meters. Fine. It's pretty good, I think. Then we'll go ahead and knock these down. It's probably like 90 meters, which, that's a lot. That's fine. I also want to just straighten this out a little bit. Very dark. I think as we actually get into the tunnel, it's going to be really dark. So, like, I don't know, 10 meters out. There we go. That should be fine. Give me like 80 meters to climb, which is fine, especially since it should be pretty shallow. Alright, a little bit closer to like 95 meters. That's fine. We'll take 95 meters. Them's rookie numbers compared to some of the other railways I have constructed. Yeah, if you guys ever saw my first railway, Oh boy. You understand immediately what I'm talking about when I say I've run much more difficult rails than this. Feels so bad for my first ever engine. It's like a 400 or 500 meter climb at 10%. I can only ever take like one car at a time. I can have enough room to turn? I'm gonna... Yeah, we're gonna do that actually back here. We'll start the turn. And we'll, yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll start the turn, so we'll do this. Okay. I guess that's not destructible. Okay. Do a bunch of this. My goal right now is just to see... There we go. That'll work. And 18.5 meters of track here. Well, welcome to how I build. It is probably not the most efficient, but I like it. It means that most of my tracks look pretty good. I am able to run most things that I have access to currently on these tracks. I don't know that I'd ever run an actual big engine back here. Like, hold on. Like, I don't think I'd ever run a Lima back here. I mean, maybe. Probably not, though. That's a little too big. Definitely not running like the Maston or the one of the class 125 back here. Its wheelbase is too long. Might not even fit on the main line. I don't know. Which is funny because this is supposed to be my big boy, my one that hauls a lot of coaches. Because it's pretty fast. I think it gets up to like 40 miles an hour, which is good for the era that we're in. Oh shit! I'm landing. Okay, but like I said, our current goal is just to build. Please, thank you. Build out this way as far as we can. Ow. And then we'll slowly start wrapping our way around. But yeah, I will be back. Okay, so we actually made it. There's that over there. So at some point, what I might do is where I took and just made an angled piece and took away the straight. I'll put the straight back and we'll run a line up to there. Just a single line. That way we can have a way in and out from that line too. But also just sort of look nice, I think. But let's get Percival filled up with water, and then we'll go ahead and explore up that line. I don't think. Those are just grass tufts. So destroyed. Live there forever. Hoping we still have enough fire and or steam to get up to that tower. So, Percival, oh, out of fire. We're cold, but fine. Current goal. I didn't need to throw those in there, but that's fine. We have plenty of steam, so we'll take a chuff forward without the whistle. Just slow, steady chuffs. Hopefully, while we're filling up, we'll also build up enough fire that fire heat to start up the boiler again. So we can keep just going up the line. As you can see, well, maybe you can't see it just yet. You'll see eventually. I got a little gung-ho, a little ahead of myself. Thought we were further along the line than we actually are. We do have a water tower here, though, so if we do need somewhere to stop for the engines, like as an emergency stop, we can. Should probably put a telegraph tower somewhere around here, telephone tower, whatever you want to call it. Should probably. That's pretty good, actually. Go upstairs, start up the water. We're just giving Percival here a tiny bath while we get him repositioned underneath the water. There we go. The boiler's coming up to temperature too, so we should start boiling water here soon, which is good. I keep falling off him, which is a little bit annoying. Ooh, that's a good thing I decided to fill him up with water. He's probably on empty. That tank looked dry as fuck. So hopefully, I'm just glad they fixed it so you can actually see the bottom of the tank now on Percival. For a long time you couldn't. Like there was like some weird mass in the way, right at the surface, so you couldn't see any side of him, which was really weird. Sounds like we're making more steam now. There's a steam whistle right there. We are not making a bunch more steam. We are, however. Whoop. Let's just go up to here. Alright, Percy, let's go. You little goober. Just gonna run up the line, I'll show you guys what we built. I'm rather fond of this thing. It's one of the cooler parts of my line, I think. It also gets me over the coal mines. So we can start having coal engines, which is exciting. I love coal engines. I don't know why my eyes did that. That's supposed to be like a scared face thing. Okay. Good to know that I look terrified when I talk about coal engines. And say the words terrified. I'm not gonna do it again. Okay. That's fine. What's going on? Universe, why have you broken? Universe, I will eat your soul if you don't start cooperating. I think it looks pretty good. Like I said, eventually my goal is probably going to be to take a line off and just build it over to here. Just to the collection area so we can collect stuff. Oh, thing. I could be wrong. I kind of like that idea, though. Yeah. We're just gonna chop up the line. This would be a lot easier with Janet, because she's a lot faster. But, considering this is a little branch line, I feel like going 18's probably fine. Are we hitting 18? Give you a little more pop there, buddy. You should be able to hit 18 on that, and hold 18. I mean, it's flat track. I don't know why your speedo is always going up and down really weirdly. It's kind of bizarre. I'm not a huge fan. I'm a little worried about this spot, but I've had spots like that before that have worked out fine, so we'll see. That might be a, uh-oh, I have to tear up that chunk of track and rebuild it situation there. I'm not sure. As you can see, then we come out... Ooh, what did I touch? Hold on. Why did we do that? That was weird. Percival, stop. What did I run over? A faster engine would have derailed. What did I hit? Oh. I didn't see that there. But no, someone like Janet would have hit that thing and just gone off to the stratosphere, so Percival did pretty good on that, I'm not gonna lie to you. Anything else over here? This is why you take a bigger, slower, heavier engine, and you watch when you're driving on your rails. Because bigger, lighter engines with more speed are going to hit something like that and decide, now we're over inside that mountain. But not, like, inside the tunnel of the mountain, just, like, stuck halfway into the mountain. Right, got a little Percival over here ready to go. This is kind of the secondary track, I think. This is going to be the main track. I mean, it connects straight up to the bridge track, so it would make more sense. There's a little bit of a climb here, but not much. No engine should struggle with this. If they do, I will be very, very surprised. Yeah. Can I turn on your lantern? There we go. Technically speaking, I could turn on the back light too, but it's fine. We'll just do the front one for now. Oh, long-ass tunnel. Hopefully nothing ever breaks down in these tunnels, otherwise I'm not getting them back out. We're just fucked. Unless I manage to somehow ram it out of the tunnel with another engine. Like, if Percival gets wedged out, like he jumps the rail and gets wedged, that's it. We're done. We've lost Percival and this route. He's forever stuck here. So, glad I don't put random-ass bits of funk on the line in these tunnels. Can we be done with the tunnel now, Percival? I was done with the tunnel, like, the moment we drove in here. It's cool, but it feels so cramped. Should echo in here. I don't know why it doesn't. They have echoes elsewhere in the map. Weird that the tunnels don't echo. I don't know. Because we are going to have access to the coal mines and coal-powered engines here soon. Which kind of lines up with what we can buy right now. We're at level 5, so we unlocked a bunch of coal engines, actually. I think this one's wood. So it's a bad... Just... Yeah, we got this guy. Who's a tiny little coal engine guy. We have the Utahs, which are some of my favorite looking engines. They're just very classic tank engine. I love them. It almost looks British, which is weird, but like, you can only build tank engines so many ways. Got the, that's another wood-fired engine, but this is cool. A Ruby Basin. I fucking love the Ruby Basins. They're so cool looking. Really strong, too. So, I'm probably going to buy 1 or 2 of these for the coal mines. And maybe, like, a consolidation. And we're going to have a consolidation over there. I think that'd look cool. This is the wood consolidation, which I don't really want, even if it's technically more powerful than... That's a different engine. They renamed them. No, there's the 2 Cook Moguls. Okay. I was like, what the fuck? We're gonna have a coal Cook Mogul. Coal, Utah over there, just because it's a tiny little cute shunter engine for the yard. 2 Ruby Basins, I think. And that would be it. Why 2 Ruby Basins, I hear you asking? Because I love them, and I've already decided to name one Oliver and one of them Emma. So it's kind of I've grown attached to them. Also, I used to run them on my first railway. I ran one of those. And then the other thing I used to run was, well, Percival, as you can tell. He was kind of the 3rd engine I managed to buy. Because I ended up buying a second Betsy. I didn't name that one, though. So it was just sort of a second random 040 quarter engine that we ran for a while. But, yeah. Honestly, I really like this little line. It's super fucking cool. I think I already showed you guys over there, but I did work out the exit on the one side. I'm gonna go through after this. We'll test out some stuff. I don't actually have stuff to haul up here just yet, because we've been doing so much, I don't know what the right word is, but we've been doing so much, we've been doing a lot of, we've been doing a lot of, driving, like this, obviously. But, I don't have anything at the iron smelters yet, which I need. Because I need pipes and I need rails. I think that's what gets produced over there. Actually, hold on. I'm not guessing. I can just look. Yeah, we are, like, almost there. But I need lumber and I need rails. So we'll take... Or is that beams? That could be beams. But I think it's lumber and rails. Which is nice. Again. Part of the reason why I was restocking the sawmill with logs. I might end up grabbing another couple cars for Percival, though, because... By God. You just fucking hauls. He doesn't care. He's pushing the stuff that Hazel struggled with, which makes sense. He's a lot bigger, a lot stronger, more tractive effort. Huge boiler compared to her. He gets like 115 psi or 125 or something. I can look at it, I think, actually. Hold on. Why don't I just do that? I'm over here trying to, like, memorize all the engine stuff, and it's like, no, I can just go look. 120 psi. My bad. I wasn't too far off either time. It's 115 or 125. I just missed it. It's right in the middle of my guesses. But yeah. 120 psi, which is boiler pressure, by the way, not like tire pressure. Although, much like tire pressure, if you over-pressurize a boiler, it will explode. And that's very, 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 very dangerous. There's actually a lot of really cool shots online of engines that have literally just blew up because their boiler pressure got to be too much because they were shoving something that was too heavy, or the crew that was driving them were fucking idiots and way overdid it on what they were making for steam. And so what happens, it kind of depends on the engine a little bit, but usually what you see with those is like the front smoke box door here is completely blown off. The back is also destroyed because that's where your boiler is. But all the tubing inside is like stuck out like fucking tendrils. They're absolutely terrifying, but also very beautiful. So yeah, I need beams and I need rails for this to work. Why am I on this line? First of all, this isn't what I wanted you to do. Go back. How did we get onto this track? What the fuck? First of all, why did you do this? Percival's just over here like, I know you wanted to read that, but I decided you don't get to. That's for competent controllers, not controllers that drive me over a bush and nearly kill me. And it's like, Percival, I'm sorry. Why do you hate me so much, buddy? I'm gonna turn off your lamp, too. You don't need that no more. It's kind of cool to see it running, though. How are we looking on water? Should I put something over here? If I'm gonna have engines over here, I probably should. But we're actually doing good on water. I mean, you're not hauling anything anymore, which is probably a lie, but I'm gonna put a water tower down over here, just kind of in the middle of these two. The only reason I'm doing this, even though there's no, like, water around for this thing to be taking from, which is kind of common everywhere, we'll just say that there's, like, a giant underground reservoir somewhere that these are tapped into. It's fine. We don't think about it. But no, we're gonna do this. The only reason I'm putting this here is because the engines do need a spot to get water. Especially if there's going to be 4 of them over here. I don't like this here. I think what I'm going to do, because I have this huge straight section right here, right? There's a way for the engines to cut across off that line onto this line. We'll put a shed somewhere over here. Shed. I'm doing air quotes. You can't see air quotes. I don't know why I keep trying to do that. But yeah. So, when you next see this area, I'll have it filled up with its engines, and the yard will be done. Hopefully. That means I'm going to be running some engines in the background. If anything interesting happens, obviously I'll record it. But I think that'll be the end for this episode. It's like a 50-minute episode. There's like 5 different fucking recordings going on. It's great. I think this is actually solid? These aren't usually solid. These buildings like this. Sorry. Forgive me for being excited. These aren't usually solid at all. This is actually really cool. I went and tried this with the iron mine. I think I did last time when I was saying my goodbye, when I was at the iron mine. I couldn't do it. That just is not a solid structure. It's really weird. I can just walk through it. Throughout most of it. But yeah. I really like this area. This is cool. We'll build a cute little goods yard too. Something small, something that's just coal cars, basically. Also, what I'm using for coal and iron cars, it's not super efficient, but I like it because it looks cute. We're taking these little Greg's flats. I think it's number 6. Oh, it's number 5 for the paint job that I want. That's white. Oh, there it was. Number 4. We're gonna do the 4th paint job because they look very cool and wooden. That, or we just go with the stock bog standard 1. Which I might mix the 2 a little bit, because I think it'd look kind of cool. But, yeah, I think that'll be fine. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the episode. I know it wasn't as exciting as it could be. We did a lot of rail building in this episode. Eventually we get to the point where I can just run trains for you all, which I would probably do some more of on stream here eventually. Should have stream. I'm not going to say that because this isn't coming out for another probably 2 weeks or more, so it'll be a little bit. But hopefully you'll enjoy. I know I did. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye-bye!